artists and creatives tend to face a ton of fear. We come across fear, perfectionism, and judgment. What will people think of me? And so I've had to constantly face those fears. I'm no different than any of you. And I've reached out to so many of you to ask, what do you think of this? What do you think of this color or this graphic or this podcast episode, or what can I improve? And y'all have always given me such amazing response, and I hope that never changes. My goal now is to share more of my wisdom, knowledge, my expertise with many of you, and how I really cultivate resilience. There's methodologies to what I do and how I get things done.
You're listening to the Art of Resilience Show, a podcast that inspires those seeking to uncover their own resilience. I'm your host, Hussein Al-Baiaty, once a refugee, now artist, author, and entrepreneur. Join me in my mobile studio as we sit down with some of the most diverse, knowledgeable, and resilient guests to discuss their state of mind.
What's going on, my resilient people? I hope you're well. It's your boy Hussein Al-Baiaty, and I'm excited you joined me here for another episode of Art of Resilience. Thank you so much. This year has been absolutely incredible. 2021 had a lot of highs and a lot of lows. And I'm just beyond grateful that many of you out there who've supported everything I've done throughout Refugees, our move from Oregon to Arizona, the Run for Refugees, my book that came out and killed the game because of all of you out there. And I don't mean just killed the game by becoming a #1 Amazon bestseller, but also, just so many people out there. I get plenty of messages almost on a daily basis about how the book has impacted their lives, their students, and the work that they're doing. And that means so much to me. But I also had some lows, like being completely exhausted during the summertime after launching my book and after doing the Run for Refugees. I'd done so much work building up to that. Honestly, and I didn't really even mourn, selling my shop in 2020, which that shop was everything to me because, for the past 15 years prior to that, I was building a print shop from the basement of my boy's barbershop all the way to, printing things for Nike and the Jordan brand. So, I've had an amazing run in that shop, and I just wanted to use that experience to build what's next. And so, writing the book and sort of moving into a space of coaching and teaching people has been kind of the thought for a long time. And so, I had to make a sacrifice. And so, with all that, like I've had an incredible year, sharing my knowledge, my wisdom, tons of speaking opportunities. Again, thanks to all of you who share my work with other people who say, hey, we recommend Hussein to come do this, or we recommend Hussein to come share his story or his book or his art. I literally can't do what I do without people like you. So I just am grateful from the bottom of my soul for everyone that's believed in the work that I'm doing, whether it be refugees, whether it be art or graphics, posters, or this book or this podcast. You all have been exceptionally, overwhelmingly kind to everything that I'm doing, and I'm just beyond grateful. So this year, is a huge year of gratitude and really thinking about how much I've been able to do with all of your help. Artists and creatives tend to face a ton of fear. We come across fear, perfectionism, and judgment. What will people think of me? And so I've had to constantly face those fears. I'm no different than any of you. And I've reached out to so many of you to ask, what do you think of this? What do you think of this color or this graphic or this podcast episode, or what can I improve? And y'all have always given me such amazing response, and I hope that never changes. And in this video specifically, like, comment, subscribe if you haven't. And my goal now is to share more of my wisdom, knowledge, my expertise with many of you, and how I really cultivate resilience. There's methodologies to what I do and how I get things done. Even in times where I'm not feeling great, I'm always looking for ways on how to feel better. And so, with all those things, we all need somebody to come help us sometimes. We all need somebody to kind of give us a little bit of a boost, some motivation, some inspiration. And I love being that person. I love speaking to an audience or just one person. So, in the last couple of years, I've gone into coaching and I've gone into tons of public speaking. And, this book really helped sort of validate those things because I was able to bring my knowledge together. What's interesting about 2021 for me, the biggest highlight, honestly, was this huge thing that my wife and I got to do, which was purchase a home. You guys, I can't tell you how much like that changed my life because, at one point I lived in a refugee camp in a tent. And I'm still, till this very day, I look around and I say, wow, my wife and I were able to do this because of the hard work, the sacrifice, and the amount of intensity we've been putting into the work to achieve something like this. And, again, this is why I'm so grateful for people like you to help us, live out our dream, live out our work. Things like refugees wouldn't be refugees without people like you supporting the campaigns that we do. The Run for Refugees had me fit because I was running for a purpose. And I'm so excited to share with you the 2022 version of what the Run for Refugees is going to look like. So in the year to come, my goal is to do more of these videos where I get to share more of my knowledge and more layers of resilience that I didn't even think possible. But I know that people out there need some sort of, accountability, some sort of push, inspiration. And I love that part of me, and I love sharing that part of me with people. And I hope to do more of that. And so, though we moved and we had so much transition and so many things happening, it made the podcast sporadic. You guys still supported. You still showed up to watch it. You still showed up to share it. And I'm beyond grateful for that. And so in 2022, there's a couple things we're launching, like the Resilience Club, which is an accountability sort of coaching club where weekly calls happen and creatives like yourselves come and join and learn from one another, but also share about what they're working on and helping you stay consistent on those projects. I'm also going to be doing a ton of one-on-one coaching. So if you're out there and you need help starting a project, doing something, building your business, or just getting out of a funk or getting unstuck, I'm more than happy to speak with you. I'm also going to be doing a lot more of this, again, sharing my knowledge and expertise. But more importantly, I'm going to be doing a ton of speaking, and I'm going to be doing a ton of, getting out there and promoting the Run for Refugees. And so when that happens this next year, it's going to be huge, where we're going to be documenting the whole thing, where we're going to try to create a mini docu-series to pitch to, some big network to really talk about what refugees go through when they come here, what happens, and even before they come here, what happens, what do they do, what kind of services do they get, who do they get that from, who are the people, behind this work, behind these things, the resettlement agencies, all these organizations that don't get nearly as much light and what I feel like awareness. And so my goal continues in the new year to spread more awareness for the refugees, but doing it in a different way, more sustainable way, where we get to share stories and, compel people to join organizations and, get behind the Run for Refugees. That's going to be remarkable this year. So, with all that being said, if you want to continue following our journey, if you want to continue, growing with us, I would love for you to subscribe, like, share, comment in this video as we grow our YouTube channel. I am beyond grateful for everything that's happened in 2021. It was an experience. I learned so much. And the one word that I would say defines the whole year so far for me is gratitude. Just utter gratitude. I get to do all these things. I get to have friends like you and people around me to support everything I get to do. And for that, I am infinitely grateful. One last thing I want to share with you. My book in audiobook form is coming in the new year. I'll share with you later on as soon as I get that date lined up. But again, thank you so much for sharing my book with people, for sharing with me the comments and the things that really inspired you in it, because it's helping me think about and start writing my next book. So, I'll share more on that later. And so there's so much happening in the new year that I would love if you continue to follow us, share our work and everything we're doing here. And if there's something that you are struggling with, something that you want answered, something you want to see in our podcast, in our YouTube channel, please reach out. You can email me in the description. Again, I am Hussein Al-Baiaty. You are watching Art of Resilience. I am beyond grateful for everything that's happened in 2021. And more importantly, I'm very grateful for my family, and especially my wife, Henna, who has helped, keep me and my head aligned to do this kind of work, and pushing me and believing in me in ways that I sometimes gave up in believing in myself. And so for all of you out there who have purchased a Refugee, who have liked, comment, shared, who merely just support us, thank you. Thank you so much. This year wouldn't have been the year that it's have been without you. So on that note, happy holidays. I hope your 2021 was amazing. And if there's a way I can help you make 2022 incredible, you can join me. I'm doing a live webinar on December 29th from 6 to 8 p.m. Mountain Time. The link is in the description. I would love to help you get crystal clear about the projects you have working on as a way for me to give back. Thank you so much. I look forward to seeing you. I look forward to meeting you. And I look forward to perhaps seeing you on the webinar. All right, y'all. Take care. Peace.